The rear end's back in the car. How good does it look like? Alright ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Average Garage. In today's episode, I've got to run through a couple of quick updates and then we can get started on the Falcon. The hoist. So as you can see, the hoist is still broken. So yeah, catch-22 still. I've got to fix the car before the hoist can come down. So many people keep asking me if it's fixed, and no, it is not. I wish it was fixed because it would make my life 10 times easier, but I have to put the car back together before I can lower the car down and get it off the hoist. But I am working on it. Working full-time is also making this process drag a bit, but you get what you get. Another issue I've run into is I've got all my stuff back from zinc plating. So as you can see, it's all nice and shiny gold. But the problem is they lost some shit. They lost about 4 washers and I think 4 nuts and something else, and they're not washers you can just buy. They're very specific because they're for the radius rods and they have to be a very certain size, and I'm not sure if the new Bush kit comes with them, so we'll have to figure all that out when it comes to it. But yeah, now I'll give you fair warning now. I've fitted the diff hat already, but you'll see that in a second, and I did paint that in a rush, so the paint was way too thick, and when I've done the bolts up, it's cracked and flaked off. That's what paint pens are for, but like I said in previous episodes, this isn't gonna be a show car. I want it to look nice, but not like a show car. Now, the title, the big mistake that I have made. Well, I kinda just said it in the last point. I painted everything white. So, it's not a huge deal. It is a big mistake because yes, white will get dirty, and I didn't realize, I knew it would get dirty on the road. I completely overlooked how dirty it would get upon installation, and I'm pretty sure the paint that I used was pretty subpar at best because it's years and years old and it's not that great in the first place, but it's better than the $2 cans from Bunnings, so I'm not complaining. Anyways, it's all gonna be under the car. I'm not super fussed about it, but I would like it to look somewhat presentable. Putting the bushes in is a pain in the ass, and putting the bushes in has actually chewed up a lot of the paint because it's just how it is, and this silicone grease has made an absolute mess of the workbench, but we'll get to that. So I've got to do some cleaning up. But yeah, other than that, I think everything's pretty much ready to start being put up into the car. So yeah, we're gonna try and get that done today and see where we can get to. I'm gonna have to use the engine crane to lift the diff onto my gearbox jack just to be able to get that back in the car. And we'll figure something out with the K-frame and all the other fun stuff. So stay with us. Sorry for the long-winded intro, but I did need to put a couple of those updates out there, and let's get to the work on the Falcon. Thank you very much for supporting me, guys. I do have ads on the videos now, so please, if you have time, watch them. If they are too much, please let me know in the comments, but I'm trying to limit them to a reasonable amount. And yeah, I mean, you can always skip the ad at the end, some of them at the front, I don't know. I'm still figuring all that out, so I do apologize for any inconvenience. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thank you very much for watching the videos, and we'll see you all in 2 seconds, and we'll work on a Falcon. Alright guys, so I'm here at the Vice, aka the press at the moment. So I've got the rear trailing arms and the Super Pro bushes. Now they are super tight to get in because they are pretty much still a press fit. So we're going to use the Vice and hope for the best. Plenty of lube, a little bit of luck, see how we go. So just like that, couple of hits, and that bush is now pressed in. So just wipe the excess lube off, and then we'll actually wipe that into the center here, and then we can press the pin into the center. So I've already done one because I had to figure out how to do the bloody thing. But now that I've got the pattern to it, we should be sweet. Okay, so the bushes are pressed in, as you can see. So the fronts have this little washer, I think that, or the spacer. This is, I think, the only difference between the front and rear. So that goes over like a little stud that's in the chassis, and there's a couple of welds on there, which is what that's grooved out for. So we're gonna lube that up, chuck it in the car, find the right bolts, and hang these two trailing arms. That goes up in there, and then we'll put the trailing arm in. Okay, so I've got the upper trailing arms in now. I did put them in the wrong way around to start with. I asked online and I thought I had it right, but turns out I did not. So the way I figured it out was when I put them in, there's a contour here. There's a contour here. I thought it had to face down, but it turns out it faces up because as the diff travels up, it's going to need to go into that little contour recess. So yeah, but the zinc plating looks fantastic. All the nuts and bolts look nice and fresh and new. So I can't complain with them. I can complain that he lost them, or he lost some of the nuts and bolts, but you get that on the big jobs. But it all looks nice and fresh. So if we stand back here, look at that. Black, white, and blue. It looks amazing, and some gold. Okay, so now the diff is in, we're going to get to pressing the bushes into the Watts link setup, which is the bit that goes on here, and or maybe some people know it as a tracking rod, and that holds the diff central so that when you turn a corner it doesn't wander out the side. So we're going to push the bushes into that, and then we're going to put that up into the car. Okay, so I've devised this little press here to get these bushes in. So I've just got a long bolt, nice big washer, and then all I do is, obviously I lube this up, the bush, and then I put the Watts link over the top. Then I've got this nice big spacer, another washer and a nut, and then as I do that up, it pulls the rod over the bush. So that seems to be working, so I'm going to continue with that. The rear end's back in the car. How good does it look like? Alright, so the rear end is in the car. I'm absolutely stoked. Thank you very much, Chris, for coming and giving it a hand and moral support and all that stuff. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon. And in the next episode, we'll probably be putting the front together, so the K-frame and the uprights, all the control arms, all that fun stuff. So it is being a pain in the ass. I do regret painting everything white because it just gets dirty straight away. Kind of knew it was going to happen, but it's happening faster than I thought it would, and I haven't even driven the car. So that being said, the zinc plating does look good. However, I don't recommend going to the mob that I went to, purely for the fact that they lost some very integral components. So that being said, it's all looking good. It's looking fresh. I'm loving it. And yeah, hope you'd enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Peace out, guys.